There are times in an angler's life when he just can't get the live bait that he wants because it's not available, or he has the live bait in his arsenal, but it goes dead. When those times occur, we have the solution for that. And Gulp Alive has been the best solution that we've seen and given to anglers for years to replace live bait. A few new items that we introduced this year in that arsenal is one is a jerk shad in a 6-inch variety. Our jerk shad is a great bait. It imitates minnows, shads. If it's worked right on a jig or on a split shot, it really does well. And the fact that it is loaded with attractant and comes in juice just makes it all that much more effective with 400 times more scent dispersion. Another bait that we introduced this year, a lot of time anglers will catch fish and they'll cut the belly out of it. It gets kind of messy and hard to do. Well, we've taken all the mess out of that with our 7-inch belly strip this year. We're offering it in 3 different colors. It's a nice long strip, real meaty. It's got good action to it, and it gives scent and flavor to any type of a jig or a hair jig that anglers use sometimes for stripers. The last item in the saltwater section that we introduced this year is what's called a ghost shrimp. Oftentimes ghost shrimp are very, very hard to find, but anglers that know about them, once they get them, know that they're very, very effective. We've taken all the hassle out of going out and digging for them with our own version of a Gulp Alive ghost shrimp, and we offer it in a assortment pack with multicolors in there. And by the way, the nice thing about Gulp Alive is that you can put the bait back into the juice when you're done with it and recharge it. It adds all the flavor and scent back into it, and you can use it again later. Now I'd like to talk to you a little bit about some of the freshwater baits that we introduced this year for panfish, crappie, perch, any kind of the small baits where you're using small jigs on a bobber. We've introduced 4 new shapes this year. We have a little 1.5-inch minnow. And if you want to imitate little crappie minnows that you sometimes just can't get a hold of, if you're out in an area where the fish start biting and you wish that you had a minnow, all you have to do is reach into your tackle box and pull out a jar. It's a great value. There's a lot of little minnows in here, and they look just like the real thing. We also have a little jigging grub. We know that a grub is the #1 type of bait that anglers use out there, and a lot of times they just need the small one. Sometimes bait are just looking for a little small action to it. You can catch even smallmouth bass on these little grubs there, and we have multiple colors on that as well. There's a lot of times in the early season when fish are biting on fry, the little baby fish that are hatched, and sometimes game fish are ferocious on these things. So we have a 1.5-inch fry, and this year we introduced even a smaller one, a little 1-inch fry with just a little bit of action on it that makes it imitate a fry. And finally, particularly for the ice fishing market, the walleye guys up there, sometimes they'll take just the head of a minnow and put it on a jig, but it'll work just about anywhere. And this year we introduced minnow heads in Gulp Alive. And again, they all have the same rechargeability to it, great scent and flavor, and they just flat out catch fish.